This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
Now, you reminded me of something recently that I've honestly been meaning to talk about on the cast. It's one of my favorite stories of all time. It's a legendary story in the annals of the Grease.
The annals.
I want you to go ahead. The annals. I want you to go ahead and break it off for everyone because I think you are more familiar with it at this moment in time than I am. What's about that whale they blow it?
Oh, yep. I found that video the other day. I haven't seen it in years. And it was someone had just remastered the 50-year anniversary of this video. And
Who took the time? Out of the Disney vault, finally.
yeah, they remastered it. Oh, it was great. So this beach, or this whale, washed up on a beach in Oregon.
Yep.
Like 50 years ago, almost to the day. It washes up, and it's been dead for a number of days, and it stinks. It's like it's stinking up the whole beach, and everybody's like, "You got to do something about this whale." And they're like, "Well, we don't know what to do with it." And they're like, "Man, it's stinking the whole town up. Like there's a fucking 8-ton whale."
Can you imagine the smell if it's stinking a town up?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the smell?
Just like, yeah, and it was like 8 tons or something, however big this thing was. So they don't know. They're like, "Well, we can't." Like it started to decay enough that like we can't really move it anywhere. And if we dig a hole, the water's just going to uncover it again. Like we don't know what to do with it. So the plan that they come up with, it's like the Department of Highways or something. It feels like, well, we got all this dynamite, we can just blow it up. And the town's like, right on. So they all gather around.
What's so funny too is like it does sound like oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
dynamite.
Sure.
Yeah, I bet you that'll just blow the thing up. Yeah, okay.
And they like don't know how much to use. They're like, we really don't know like how much dynamite we need, but we're like, we'll pack it all on this side. So it should, what they thought was it would blow it into tiny little pieces, and then all the seagulls would come in and just clean up what was left.
Right.
So they put a bunch of TNT underneath this thing, blew it up. It blew it just blew it into massive pieces. It blew a chunk of rotting whale blubber that crushed a car like a quarter of a mile away.
And didn't the explosion scare all the birds away too? Like the birds were like,
Yeah. None of the birds came back to eat it because it scared because of massive explosion. They put like 20 tons of, maybe not 20 tons, but some crazy amount of dynamite, and it just blew. But yeah, there's a video.
So then they have to like take care of they had to clean it all up. That messed up, right?
Yeah, then they had to go and still clean up the mess. I mean, basically all they did, it was spread it over wider. Now there was like pieces of rotten flesh like literally all over the town because it just blew it. It blew it for like a square mile around it. And it just blew. But yeah, there's a picture of this guy's car. It crushed the roof of his car, a big chunk of whale blubber.
Man, do you think like they looked at the guy who was in charge of the highway patrol and they're like, damn it. And he's like, I don't know. I tried.
I've never blown up a whale, man. But you have to give extra points too to the newscaster. At one point when he's talking about it, he says, "The blast blew blubber beyond all believable bounds."
I definitely want to hear that.
Good job.
That's excellent. Welcome to another episode of the Royal We. I'm Sam.
I'm Nate.
What we normally do here, if you're listening for the first time, is we take headlines, much like 50th anniversary of a whale being blown up, and we read them, but we don't read the articles because facts just get in the way. Then we have a conjecture-based comedy podcast conversation about, what's all this now? And if you want to send us headlines, and you should, you guys can do that at Royal WeCast on Twitter or royalwecast@gmail.com. You can also just send them to us if you're friends with us or you know who we are. You can send them to us. We're live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Royal WeCast.
Yeah.
If you're into at least seeing my face move, you can see a picture of Nate's face.
Yeah, my face might start moving soon.
His face one day is going to freeze up.
One day it'll move.
One day, somebody's going to be a real boy. I've been hoping and praying. I say, you know what? We just get into it.
Let's go.
We got to shake off this holiday. I mean, I cooked a whole Thanksgiving the other day, and I've been sitting here just stuffing my face of leftovers.
It was great too. It was good. Bravo. It was a classic, because you never come across that here in Taiwan. It was a classic. American feast. It was.
Yeah, there was, dude. Yeah, and I just like I made every grandmother and mother proud. I made way too much food for the amount of people I invited.
Yeah, and we had one, a little one here, like a day or so before. That was like the one at the end of the Christmas Story, like where they go and get Peking duck, and
All right.
it was like that. Like we didn't have turkey or anything, but we got like
All right.
yeah, but yeah, man, for like same way, mission accomplished. Just ate too much.
You know, turkey is great. And in America, you can just go get one. But here, it's such a pain. I don't think it's worth it. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not worth it here.
that's
Because you don't know, most people don't have ovens. I got to
Right.
go find a special bird. I got to brine. It's like, what a pain.
yeah,
I'd rather just do a chicken.
yeah. I mean,
Or just go buy a duck.
yeah, I think that's why this is like the first year since we've been here that we've actually had a Thanksgiving. I mean, since I've been here anyway, because we'd always kind of go through that process in our heads and then be like, nah.
Well, I had the restaurant to cook everything in, so
right.
I figure,
Yeah,
I mean, I got a restaurant,
That makes the difference.
but
You got the tools.
it was a lot of work. But anyway, speaking of work, man, this is in the medicine drawer. Man needs scrotum skin for nipple reconstruction.
What? That's the same skin
I don't know, and I would hope that would go the other way around.
that you'd put your nipples on your scrotum?
Because I'm saying, what do I need my nipples for? You know, just patch that up, sew it up. You know,
Yeah.
I'm okay if my chest is just smooth, but I need my scrotum. I don't know exactly what for, but I'm much more partial to that than my nips.
Yeah, yeah. And if you lost, yeah, but like you said, because in a guy, it's not. It's just aesthetic.
Right.
I guess like there's no. It's like a sticker on a transformer. You know, you don't you don't need it.
And they can tattoo it.
Probably look better without them.
Probably. I used to know a guy whose nipples were so small, they're like smaller than dimes.
Wow,
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, if you got, and it would be a conversation starter because people are like, "Hey man, what happened to your nipple?" You'd be like, "Crazy story."
What conversation? Where? Oh, mosquito. Oh, my God. I think I got him.
Get him.
They'll eat you alive, man.
The
I
weather's
thought I
getting
won the
cool.
war, man. I've literally taped up. I taped up the hood of my kitchen. I taped up I put a plastic bag and taped it and a towel over it. Oh, I didn't get him. Oh, I saw him. I've taped everything up. All the windows are just taped. I feel like a crazy person, and they're still getting in, and I do not understand it.
Dude, I'm telling you, over there, because you live over there, I think now where I used to live, right?
Yeah, similar near the river.
Yeah. And dude, I'm telling you, me and Zach were talking about it the other day. They're way worse just in that area, like in that part of it's nuts.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Anywho,
I think they messed up the construction of this place though, because like the I put these bags on the hood and on the AC, and I can hear the wind blow. It goes. The bags will swell with air and your apartment's not supposed to breathe,
yeah.
right? Am I wrong?
I don't know. I mean,
Mosquitoes are just being blown into my house.
yeah, or there should be like a screen or something up there to keep them from getting sucked in. If it's just a hole going to the outside world, yeah, if anything could get in. Possums.
I'm just gonna go live in the park, man.
Just live in a tent.
So it's not the first time.
No.
It won't be the last. Man needs scrotum skin. Now, what I like about this is there's no possessives. We don't know that it's his scrotum skin. He just needs to collect. He's got to go collect some scrotum skin.
Well, good luck finding a donor for that. Yeah. I mean, if the doctor's like, "Hey, man, you've lost your nipple and whatever kind," like I've seen videos of guys letting like little baby alligators bite their nipples and stuff. I'm sure that's how you lose it. Like otherwise, I don't know how you lose it. I mean, it could have been in a fire, motorcycle wreck. You know, just get it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of ways. I mean,
a bunch of ways.
Industrial accident
Sure. And the
needs.
smelting, some sort of bad smelting accident going along.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like in the value of skin, I'm saying that value doesn't make sense. Scrotum skin, much higher value than nipple skin.
Yeah, if a doctor was like, "Listen, your nipple's gone," I'd be like, "Oh shit!" And if they said, "But we can replace it, but we have to take skin off of your scrotum."
Doctor. I feel terrible. I don't really know. I got a headache. I just feel well. Let's do a diagnosis. Let's diagnose you, and then you come back and he's like, "Well, we found that your nipple is gone. That seems to be the source of all your troubles." Whoa, surprise to me.
But yeah, if the doctor was like, "You can get it. We can give it to you back." But we've got to like cut into your scrotum to get some skin off of that. I'd be like, "No, I'm good, man.
Nah, yeah, end of discussion.
Leave my scrotum alone. It's fine. I'm just one nipple down. I'm not out anything."
Cinch it up. Yeah. But now, if my scrotum was ripped open for the whole world,
I'd be like,
and I needed,
"Take my nipples, please."
yeah, slice the nip up.
Yeah.
Take my nipple, please.
Yeah, I agree. I would go the other way around, but not
It's got to be just for sensitivity reasons.
I guess maybe it's kind of the same color. Maybe is your scrotum the same color?
No, my nipples are super not the same. No, I don't. I wouldn't imagine. I've not compared the two, to be honest.
I haven't either. Guess what I'm doing later, though?
Well, I'm colorblind, so it's hard for me. Let's stay in the medicine drawer for a second. Woman suffering from face blindness can't even recognize her own face. Now, this is something that, like, you know, every now and then we talk about people who have, like, eating disorders and that kind of riles you up. Face blindness is one that kind of riles me up, too.
Okay.
It's like, you just don't...
I mean, you've got to be, if you get hit in the head with a softball or something, you know, like a stray baseball hits you in the head and now you can't remember faces.
But I don't understand how enough of your brain works that you can recognize shapes and names and you understand, like, you can operate in the world, but then you put those things into the order of a face and you're like, nope.
Doesn't work.
Like, your memory just doesn't understand faces. I don't understand that. I understand it's a real thing that people have and it's medically sound.
Yeah.
But when you put it together, it doesn't make sense to me because I don't have it. You know, I don't suffer from it.
Right.
So it's like, what do you mean? You know your name. You know that's a cup. You know the color orange. But you put those things together into a face. You're like, what is that?
Yeah, it's got to be a serious, your brain's seriously doing something wrong. See, this one doesn't really rile me up because that seems like there's more science of like why your brain's not working than some guy who just can't quit eating ravioli, you know?
I can't imagine I don't have any patience for someone with face blindness. I would be like, all right, man, it's Sam. God damn it. You know it is. He's like, I don't. Yeah, I don't even know who I am.
That's got to be so hard. How do you make it in life? I don't understand how.
Right.
Because every time you went to work, you would be like, who are all you people? And be like, man, you've worked here for 6 years.
But that's what I mean. There's a lot of context. I don't see you right now.
Yeah.
I know it's you.
Yeah, exactly. So you'd have to think like, yeah, your brain's got to be really.
I think we made it different than it is. I think you go to work and you know those are the people at work, but not because of their faces, but because they're the people at work. Like, that's the lady sitting at Deborah's desk. I bet you that's Deborah.
Probably Deborah. Like, you get real good at logical deduction when you don't know a face.
But
so then
imagine like the my brain said DiGiorno man, but there's no DiGiorno man.
DiGiorno man.
That's not delivery.
What?
Sitting at, like, someone else is sitting at her desk.
Oh.
And you're like, what's up, Deborah? And he's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm clearly not Deborah.
Well, it must have to do with, like...
Now,
I'm really good with faces, but I can't remember people's names. I'm terrible with names. Someone could tell me their name.
I'm good at both.
And literally 5 seconds later, I'm like, shit, I don't remember what they just told me.
Is their name shit?
But I'll never forget their face. Like, I can see somebody and I'll be like, I remember, like, we met like 10 years ago at this bar. And they'll be like, yeah. And I'm like, but I have no idea who you are.
How deep does it go? Do you think they must be able to distinguish men from women?
They've got to. You'd think.
Right?
Is it just like, it's just like you don't know what people are... So, like, if you went to a party and then the next day you saw all those people again, and it wasn't people that, like you said, there's no context from like, oh, I go to work, that must be Deborah because that's Deborah's desk. So you'd see all those people again, and you'd just be like, hey, nice to meet you. And they're like, oh, we all met last night. And you'd be like, that's wild. I'm trying to
think of a time where I've just completely forgotten someone's face. I guess it happens, but I can't imagine. I can't remember a time where I've been like, nope, no memory of you, person.
Yeah, there has to be.
That's every day. That's every day for this woman. And she doesn't even, we're not even focusing on the main part of this. She doesn't know her own face. Oh, you show her a picture of herself and she's like, who the hell is that?
Who is that?
Who's that ugly son of a bitch?
So that have to, but then that would be hilarious because then that means every time you encountered a mirror in your house, you would scare the shit out of yourself.
Would you though? I imagine you must, again, context, understand that's you. But then if you saw a picture of you, you wouldn't know that was you.
God, this is super interesting.
I agree.
This makes me want to like actually learn about this because it's pretty wild. Like, your brain's doing some crazy shit.
It's wild.
Wow.
That's like if you get the disease, like there's something that your proprioception, the way like you know where your body is in space. If you lose that, you're so done. And that's like a thing people take for granted.
Wait, hold on. Wait. What? Lose your body in space?
Lose your body in space. Like, so for example, I know that my right leg is where it is right now. My left leg. I know where my hands are. Like, if I were to throw a punch, I'd kind of have an idea of where I need to go from one place to another. Right? To connect. But if you have no proprioception, if you completely lose it, man.
Yeah.
You don't have any concept. You don't know where your limbs begin, where you need to, like, so, like, if I need to pick up my hand to get a cup, I know I got to pick my hand up. But if I don't know where my hand started.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine? You're like, okay.
Yeah, that's
all right, buddy. We're trying this again. I got to eat.
Yeah. And then I like how at one point we were all upset because we said, like, well, transplanting the head doesn't sound that hard.
Come on, China.
You got to take into account all this. Yeah. Transplant the head.
Let's get out of that drawer. Let's get out of that drawer there. And
okay, right on out there.
Let's go to animal drawer. Animal drawer, classic drawer.
I like an animal drawer.
Classic drawer. Here's the animal drawer. Weaker penis bones in river otters linked to oil sands contaminants in new study. People are connected. So this lady doesn't even know who she is. And there's another person connecting dots that are real vague. Oh, the otters have penis bones that are weak, and there's oil in the sand, and big pharma.
Yeah, what a connection.
Weak, and also penis bones.
Penis bones. I think it turns out a lot of animals have like cartilage or bones.
So like when it gets hard, it like slips into the.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Like I think a snake has something like that going on. There's actually like
snakes
a
have dicks.
Piece of
Snakes have
cartilage.
dicks.
Yeah.
Snakes have dicks. I'm googling snake dick.
Well, they have something because they sell that wine here that's got a snake dick in it.
Yeah, but dude, that could then we live in Asia. That could be anything.
It could be anything. But it could be that they're all internal. They could be internal. I thought they were internal, then they just came out when they needed them.
What the hell? Oh, I googled snack, not snake. I was like, what? The images I got were like, I was like, what the hell?
Penis snack.
Snake dicks. Wow. I don't recommend Googling this, boys and girls.
Learn from my mistake.
I found a snake that looks just like a gross dick, and that's going into the... maybe we'll tweet that out. You should also tweet out your favorite image that you shared. Upload failed. Why? Reload. Come on. Oh, I think Discord must have something to stop me from sharing this because it's so dick-like. Discord's like, no one needs that. No one needs that.
No, we know what you're trying to send, and we don't approve.
Yeah, Discord is not approving this stick dick. So I can't talk tonight, man.
Snack dick.
Snack dick. Oh, you know what? This reminds me. We've actually got some fan submitted headlines. Let's go ahead and get those.
No, let's get into those because what I don't know what to even talk about on that last.
I don't know. I don't even remember what it was. Woman can't see something about a snake. I don't remember what we're talking about. This is from my brother, Baby Ben. He's also the person who bankrolled the show for the last like 3 years of it.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Baby Ben? He sent us a Taiwan-centric headline.
Local news.
Taiwan teen woken from 62-day coma by the words chicken fillet.
He's not the only person that sent that. Also, Noel, friend of the show, sent that to me about a week ago too.
Nice. I imagine it was probably the words G-pie, which is like chicken, like the fried chicken steak here. Mm-hmm. It's got to be what it was. And those do rule. And Taiwanese people do love them.
They do.
I haven't had a good G-pie in a long time. Mm-hmm. So I imagine, but can you imagine? You'd never live. They could say the stupid, like if they said like big sweaty dicks and you came out of the coma, they're like, he loves it.
Yeah, it brought him out of a coma.
That's what he wanted.
You're like, no, like, I had no control.
You know what I mean? Like someone's discussing something, like whatever you came out of the coma with, like they'll always make the connection, like that's what was in your heart or something. Like,
yeah, that's
I
had no idea what was happening.
I was in a coma.
Yeah, I was in a coma. I didn't know. But yeah, that's funny. But yeah, you're right. They'll never live it down. It's like the guy whose head went inside of that elephant's asshole. You'll never live that down.
Right, and that was completely an accident. Didn't he just like slip in?
No, he was like mopping up behind this elephant, and the elephant just started to sit down, and his head just went right in its asshole. Like right in, and it picked him up for a second.
Oh my!
And then I guess it just kind of like pooped his head out. But you will never live that down. Like no matter what happens from now on.
You know, it'd be so great too. Like you recommend, like you're like, this reminds me of when I was in an elephant's asshole. Like, all right, Dale.
You know what happened to me? Or just like anytime you started to be kind of a dick, people be like, all right, man, but guess who hasn't had their head up an elephant's ass? Like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Right? I mean, I think about that all the time. Like, remember we read that whole story with that Indonesian kid laying eggs?
Yeah.
It turned out his dad was just shoving eggs up there.
Something
like that. I mean, there were eggs, there were just chicken eggs up there. But like, there's
a bunch of stuff like that. There's like the lady.
People know that boy, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, man, you remember when you were young and you were laying eggs?" No. Yeah.
Quit bringing it up, man. I'm 35.
Resume can lay eggs.
Used to lay eggs.
Dried up.
Yeah, I laid them all.
You only get so many eggs.
Yeah, how women work.
Do you remember that conversation?
Yep.
Where each of us were trying to explain to each other how women work. Yes. And I was mostly correct. I just had a weird way of putting it.
Yeah, I think so. Isn't that episode called "How Women Work"?
I think it's called. Yeah, it's way back in that's an old one. Not how women work. Women work.
Nope. It's called "Ovaries in Action."
Ovaries in Action. That's totally what it's called. Now, if you go far back enough into our archive, there was a time where I was in charge of editing and naming these episodes, which I did entirely on my whims. And there's one that Nate and I joke about all the time called About Ants, something like that.
Something like that.
Which has absolutely nothing to do with the podcast. And we don't remember. We remember laughing about something in that.
Yeah, it was.
We don't.
Yeah, it was it was one of those times where we were recording 2 podcasts in a row, so we'd have one on deck, and in between recording the 2, we made some kind of joke and got ourselves cracked up, some kind of joke about ants, and we thought it was so funny that we just named that episode that, but it has nothing.
But it wasn't recorded.
No,
it wasn't even recorded.
No, and it's like makes
I
no
wish
sense.
I could remember because it cracked us up. I remember laughing so hard about that, about ants, as ants, whatever that was.
As
we laughed
ants,
so
for
hard.
ants, something. Yeah.
Yeah, but I used to like naming stuff like part 2 and there was never a part 1.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, I just got a big chuckle. Like it was just jokes for me that then made it more difficult to run the show. Because
Yeah.
like, what is this? Which one is this one about?
Trying to figure it out, and I'm like, maybe we should call them something to do with what's in it.
That's you're onto something. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to be pasting these headlines into the chat. Let me do that for the next one. So we have weaker penis bones, otters. Someone connected the dots. Not much to say about that. Here's another one. Let's do another one. Oh, fan submitted. This one's from Alden, who's like a super fan of the show. You remember Alden?
Yeah.
He's a super fan.
Don't remember his face.
I don't think I've ever seen his face. I've not once seen the boy's face. I'm always focusing on them glutes.
All right.
Alden boy, you got a sweet ass. All right, this one is Russian bears.
Here we go.
Are hooked on jet fuel. What the hell? How are they get a hold of it?
That is not.
How are they so cavalier with their jet fuel in Russia that bears are getting a hold of it?
And loving it. God, that's great. That's not at all what I was expecting that sentence to go. But Russia never disappoints, man. There's holy shit. Yeah, well, maybe it's like, how they were afraid that, maybe it's left over from whenever the Soviet Union fell apart or something.
And they're just laying it around in barrels of just...
Yeah, and it kind of like didn't belong to anybody anymore, so they just have all this... It's like what happened with the Kalashnikov, the AK-47s.
Nature reclaimed it.
Yeah, nature has reclaimed the bear fuel. Russia is healing.
What jet fuel is just like, I mean, it's high octane. It's, I don't know, it's like gas, right? I mean...
Yeah, it's just
there's nothing in that you'd want to consume.
No, I think it's just more combustible or something. I'm not sure how it works.
This is like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. These bears are huffing it.
Oh, they could be huffing it. Because you'd think if they
How would a bear know to huff something?
I don't know. They know to eat like rotten fruit and stuff and get drunk. Elephants.
They just come up. They just give it a.
And I guess they're like, ooh, that made me feel kind of funny. And they just keep doing it. And next thing you know, I'm guessing they're, oh, excuse me. Had a little hiccup.
Can you imagine coming across a bear that was out of its mind on jet fuel? You'd be like, what is up with this bear?
Yeah, that's crazy. If I thought the one that drank like 50 beers was funny.
It is.
It like broke into like a tent or something and like drank like 40, 50 beers. Got super drunk.
A beer is a perfect drink for a bear.
Jet fuel.
If you ask me.
Yeah, but jet fuel, that ain't a drink for nobody.
That's not even.
I would say, I hope, it makes me want to know more because what?
But I want to know about the face blindness. We got a lot of good ones to click.
Yeah. Face blindness just seems like it's just a legit thing we should just learn about on our own.
All right.
Bears getting... Because I want to, like you, are they huffing it or are they drinking it? Because if they're drinking it, holy shit, what a metabolism a bear must have. That it can drink jet fuel. I imagine it goes crazy. I imagine it's like when those guys in the 80s would get hopped up on PCP and fight a bunch of cops.
Yeah, except the bear form.
Except it's a giant Russian bear.
You know what's so funny? If in a gallon of I always thought this was funny because calories are just a measure of how well your body can burn it and turn something into energy. Uh-huh. And like, alcohol is tons of calories because it's really flammable, right? Mm-hmm. Well, gasoline is obviously super calorically dense. In fact, a gallon of gasoline is 31,000 calories.
Good Lord.
Which you obviously can't.
Well, yeah, you can't. It's poison.
You can't be drinking that. But I
saw a video just the other day of a guy. I mean, he looked worse for wear, but he was at a gas station and he was like asking this guy, he looked like maybe kind of a homeless dude or something. And he was asking the guy he was putting gas in his car. And he's asking the guy like, hey, will you put a little squirt of that gas in my cup? And finally the guy's like, all right, man. And he just squirts a little gas in this guy's cup and he just turns around and drinks it.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he wanted it.
Was he a bear? Was he a bear?
He was a secret bear.
Are you drinking gas? Like,
if you're drinking gasoline, shit's fucked. I mean,
Drinking it. I can imagine huffing it.
but I couldn't. I mean,
I can't. I wouldn't do it. But I mean, like, huffing it makes more sense than consuming it.
I like the. I mean, I'm thinking if you're drinking gasoline, like you're not long for this world. You know, like
Unless you're a bear, where that gives you extra strength, I believe.
yes, or maybe they're addicted to it and then it's killing the bears. There's a mosquito in my room now.
Listen, better yours than mine, sir. I hate those things, man.
Yep.
They're extra spicy too, man. They bite you and it's like spicy, you know? Like it's not the same. I don't remember it being like that in America, but I'm an old man. I mean, I've been here so long. I keep attributing things to Taiwan, but I just haven't been in America in a long time. Maybe it's the same. I don't know. Let's do another headline here.
All right. Let's keep doing the thing we do.
Let's keep doing this podcast. Here's another one, animal drawer, since animals is always a good one. So let's do another animal drawer and then get out of here.
Yeah.
Costco.
Okay.
This one I've been meaning to discuss this one with you, Nathan.
Okay.
This one is wild. Costco. Now hear me.
Okay.
Costco drops coconut milk amid allegations of brand's forced monkey labor.
What?
Who is making monkeys do labor? And I can't imagine you're forced. How are you, unless you're training them up?
Forced monkey labor. Holy shit.
Forced monkey labor.
I mean, what a bunch of assholes. To where what? Because you know what they thought. Oh, they don't let us do it with people anymore. Find me some monkeys.
Now,
to make these shoes or whatever, or pick the coconuts. What are they having them do? Climb up trees and get coconuts?
Unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say that is better. Make monkeys do it.
Oh, it's better than people.
Better than people.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
And I imagine the monkeys, I don't know.
I'm also anti-slavery, Sam.
But I'm pro-animal slavery. Put the monkeys to work. They've been freeloading so long.
They've been freeloading monkeys doing their thing in nature.
They've been breaking into people's hotels and stealing their fruit scented soaps and shit. That's not no longer.
Yeah, didn't they get the memo that we own nature now? They work for us, monkey. You work for us, monkey.
But I'm thinking, like, just like a dog, you could say, like, sled dogs, for example, are forced labor.
Sure.
But dogs love it, you know? Like, I bet you could train a monkey or, like, exchange something with a monkey that it's like, yeah, I'll go get that coconut. It's nothing to me. I can't eat it.
Yeah, and they might think it's fun, like, oh, they like it. But I guess it's when it gets, they get mean about it. And they're like, the monkey's like, man, I've climbed up that tree 300 times today. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm tired. And then you're like, monkey? And you like poke it with something, then it's like, whoa.
But like the reason that people are better slaves is because they can be encouraged to do things that they don't want to do. But I cannot imagine getting a monkey to do. If a monkey doesn't want to climb that tree, it's not gonna.
I guess, but monkeys are pretty smart. If you like shock them or something, like I said,
you show them a picture of their monkey family.
You want to see your monkey family again? You're going to pick these coconuts. What an evil corporation.
But it's not Costco. It's not Costco, to be clear.
No.
Costco heard about it and was like, yeah, we're not about that here at Costco.
Yeah, we're not about monkey slavery, so we're going to stop carrying this coconut water till they clear that mess up.
And I'm picking it up. I'm about to start selling coconut milk because I'm about monkey slavery. I said put him to work. I saw an article about this machine that they made that get crows to pick up trash in exchange for like dog food pellets.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Put the birds to work, baby.
Yeah, and that's what I said. But then the birds are doing it out of their own volition. They're like, hey,
How do we know the monkeys are? These are allegations, sir.
That's true. It is allegations. The monkeys might be loving what they might, they may have like a little monkey union and like have a whole, have representation. I'm saying, I guess.
Because I imagine what's great is you're not giving them wages. You must just feed them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm against people slavery, so I guess I'd have to be for monkey slavery in place of people slavery. But if... What a funny conversation. But if they're not...
But I'm thinking monkey could be convinced to get coconut.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, if the monkey's having a good time, fine.
I want to hear about it. I want God damn it. I want to click this to see if they're really coercing these monkeys. Because if they're just if they've just trained monkeys to go get coconuts.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unless this is like how many hours can you make a monkey work legally? Like how many,
Before, yeah.
But
that's why they have a monkey union.
We milk cows to death and then eat them.
Yeah. I mean,
asking a monkey to go get a coconut. I mean, we don't know. We're making a world where we're just asking monkeys. We don't know what they're making these monkeys do.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, if you put them in context, we treat a lot of animals like complete horseshit.
Yeah, I've always thought it was really strange when people get on their high horse and then go eat a steak. It's like, you know how messed up that is? That's like Ricky Gervais, who's like a huge animal activist for a long time. He wasn't vegetarian. He's like, but now he's like, it doesn't make any I can't say I love animals and also eat them.
Yeah.
I want to click it.
Let's do it.
I'm going to click it. I'm upset.
If it's shitty, we'll learn about the bears drinking jet fuel.
Or the face blindness. Maybe we should read that on our own. You're right.
You playing the card?
Play the card. Costco drops coconut milk amid allegations of brand's forced monkey labor. Okay, now PETA's involved, which makes me think these monkeys are probably all right. PETA has been pushing, because PETA is always too sensitive.
Right.
They went after Pokemon.
I did hear that.
These digital animal rights. Like, pick your battles.
They don't exist. Yeah, they're not real.
PETA has been pushing stores to stop selling coconut milk, allegedly made with coconuts harvested by monkeys. Okay.
All right.
Since it began investigating the alleged animal exploitation in 2019.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of jump around.
Where is this?
They also stopped brands of milk, including Chowco. Monkeys in Thailand were picking the coconuts. Okay. Yes, that's kind of what we said. Concerned about the alleged treatment of monkeys, we made it clear to the supplier that we did not support the use of monkeys for harvesting, and that all harvesting must be done by human labor. But let's get to the nitty gritty about this monkey labor.
Yeah, how are they forcing the monkeys? Are they monkey slaves slaving away in the monkey mines, or are they just like, hey, monkey, going to go get some coconuts? And it's like, yeah.
Apparently, Thailand-based coconut milk, Thepatungpern Coconut Co. Ltd.
Nailed it.
Has been audited. Yep, I'm sure that's exactly right. Monkey-free coconut due diligence assessment. The report says that 64 farms were randomly selected and did not find the use of monkey for coconut harvesting.
Okay. I'm still not.
They don't really get it. I'm going to Google monkey labor.
Okay, because, yeah, all they're saying is they're having monkeys go do it. But if the monkeys are fine with it, then what's the big deal?
Now, okay. First thing, I typed in monkey coconut labor. They're being chained.
Oh, so there you go. If you're chaining the monkey.
And then it says, I'm not about, if you get chains involved. But I also feel like if that's lazy. You could train the monkeys to go get up. Well, it's not going to be efficient.
I was saying maybe you can't. And that's when they're like, listen, we got to chain them up. As soon as you chain them up, that's not good.
My dumb brain, it says the headline I just find now is monkeys chained, abused for coconut milk. And my brain goes, monkeys don't make coconut milk. You're going to get monkey milk if you abuse the monkey.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty. If you got to chain, if the monkey's just like going to get it, that's fine. But if you have to chain them up, then clearly they don't want to be there.
Chained and driven insane is what this says.
Womp womp.
Many monkeys were illegally adopted from their family. Now, I understand this is wrong, but when you're talking about illegally abducting monkeys from their monkey families, I feel like the wording makes me want to take it less seriously.
It is. I get what you're saying. The wording is a bit illegally abducting monkeys from monkey families.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Here. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to change my mind on monkey labor.
Okay.
I was pro monkey labor I was so young. At the start of this podcast, I was a young man, and I've grown up since you knew me. Go back.
Yeah.
Back then, I was so young. I was uninformed, naive even. Mm-hmm. I decided I'm going to take a stand against this monkey labor. I'm going to use this podcast as a platform. Let me go ahead and tell you all out there.
Yeah.
Do not support monkey milk used monkey labor. Monkeys don't want to get those coconuts.
That's the slogan. Do not support monkey milk, monkey labor. Hey, people, the hill I'm dying on is don't support monkey milk, monkey labor.
I'm the kind of activist, again, a chuckle fuck. I'm the kind of activist that will go out of my way not to do the research so I don't spoil the brands for myself. Once I hear about it, I'm going to go, I guess I'm not going to eat that anymore.
Yeah.
Or drink that anymore or whatever. But then if I just don't know, plausible deniability, baby.
Yeah. Coconut water's not that great anyway. You don't need it. And there's
like
probably a lot of, remember that we got in a bag here, that sack of that tasted kind of like sweet sweat or something.
It was sweat, man. I'm pretty sure that lady just sold us a bag of her sweat. It was
It
disgusting.
was terrible.
Tasted like licking a battery somehow.
There was something going on with it, and it was just in a bag. It was just a bag of watery milk.
So,
But anyway, man,
was that too much of a bummer? Should we click another article, or should we just get out of here?
you know what? We should end it on a high note. We should learn about the what were they? The bears drinking jet fuel. I'm sure that's because listen, it's like my daddy always said. It takes a big man to admit he's wrong. It takes an even bigger man to give a giraffe a haircut.
Your dad would say that?
No, of course not.
Is your dad as much of a chuckle fuck as you are?
A little bit.
So no.
I don't know.
Russian bears are hooked. Hooked? No, they're hooked on jet fuel now. Kronotsky Nature Reserve's bear population, they huff. I knew it. Huff fuel from old barrels until they pass out. The photo caption is hitting bottom isn't cute. Russian brown bears they've been huffing jet fuel until they get woozy and dig shallow holes where they pass out. The 1,200-pound creatures are now addicted to the potent blend of kerosene and gasoline, which is used to power the reserve's helicopters and generators.
Put it away. Lock it up.
I agree. There's like photos of bears like rolling barrels around.
Old barrels.
They'll even stalk the helicopters and attempt to suck up excess fuel that leaks onto the soil.
Good Lord. They've made a bunch of bear addicts.
Now, again, it seems funny, but it's animal abuse, and I'm taking a stand here.
It's pretty terrible, too.
I was a young man when I read this article.
It is pretty terrible.
We were so young. Nathan, go back to a time when we were young. We didn't
I wanted
know.
to learn about it so bad. I just needed to learn. That's all
Also
it
a bummer. I don't think we should play a third.
Nah.
We could learn about that lady's face planners, but that's probably also a bummer. Let's take a look at ourselves in the mirror and see if we even recognize our own faces.
Yeah, do we recognize?
Are we being jerks?
Probably a little bit.
Are we punching down in this podcast?
This episode, I think this is like the one where we accidentally made fun of the blind.
We did not accidentally. If you listen back, there's no accident about it. We just thought it was funny.
Yeah. Sorry, the blind.
Sorry, the blind and bears. And
sorry, monkeys. And we just apologize. We're sorry.
Sorry, monkey labor.
Let's get out of here before we do any more damage. Let's just
This has been another episode of the Royal We. I want to thank. Should we even attach his name to this one? Kishibashi used his song intros, those pathos off the album 151A.
Oh, you're roped in, buddy.
I want to thank Alden and Ben, two of the fine podcast boys, for supplying us some headlines.
And Noel.
Unfortunately, one of them was a bummer, bud. If you guys want to send us headlines, you guys can do that at Royal WeCast on Gmail. Nope. At Royal WeCast on Twitter or royalwecast@gmail.com. You can also do it, just send it to us on Facebook. You can mail them to us if you, I don't know how you can figure that out. I'm not giving out your address.
Do they still sell stamps? Those are a thing, I guess.
Yeah, but they're like 45 cents now. Can you believe? We're also on Twitch now, twitch.tv/RoyalWeCast. You guys can come and listen live. Someone's in the chat. I'm not sure who it is. Hi, hello there.
Hi.
That's going to do it. You guys can listen to us stumble down the steps and make all the wrong choices. Next week, again, on the Royal We. Good night, Dad. Sorry. I said put him to work.